It's been a little minute. Good late evening, everyone. This is your girl, Reigning Woman, coming to you. Welcome to all of my new supporters, and welcome back to all of my returning supporters. I just wanted to do a quick chime in to see how people have been doing this past week with the social distancing and the quarantine life, and really give a check also on people's faith at this time. Let me turn this down a little bit now. And yes, I am coming in a little bit late tonight. I slept a lot today. Oh my goodness. Turn this down some more. Oh my gosh. Now, the reason why I wanted to kind of chime in and talk about faith during this time of quarantine life, is because we may have experienced a lot of things in our lives, but we have not ever experienced anything like this. And unless you are someone who lived through the bubonic plague, which I doubt, and the Spanish flu. I doubt if you will know or have any idea what kind of impact a disease could have, a global disease, a pandemic actually could have on you and have on your family. Literally, the whole world has been turned upside down, seemingly overnight, right? And hmm, I'm sure we've had an opportunity to have our faith challenged many times, but having our faith challenged at a time like this is completely different. When it comes to your finances, when it comes to association, when it comes to job security, looking for a job, wanting a job, needing a job, hmm, everything is different. And while some people, including myself, may not have wanted to believe that this was real, the more and more time has gone by, and the reports coming in of people filing for unemployment, and just seeing how the children can't go to school, things that you're just used to, like so many things we just took for granted every day, just living every day, just so many things that we took for granted. As time goes on without these things, the more it becomes real, right? And I know there was quite a bit of time where people were like, well, it can't be real. I mean, how many people do you know that's died from this? Or how many people do you know that's actually been diagnosed with this? And for myself, literally in this past week alone, I've had at least four different people tell me that either someone died because of the COVID virus, the COVID-19. Should I even say it? Yeah, I'm gonna say it. Died from the virus or got really, really sick from the virus. And then that's when it becomes even more real to me, right? When someone is reporting to you like, yeah, it's real. Um, hmm. It seems so weird going to the stores even. And hey, Keystone Tech. It seems so weird even going to the stores and there not being as many cars there. And for the few people that are in the store, like everyone is seriously either acting like scavengers with the products and the food, and damn near running into the aisles, damn near running into the setups and the layouts to avoid touching each other. It seems odd, seems awkward, it seems like a bizarro world. to wear a mask, to literally have to put on a mask. And everyone around you is wearing a mask like it seems, and it's not Halloween. How are you doing, Keystone? How are you doing, Terry? Good to see you. And when people tell you that someone passed away, someone that they know or that's related to them passed away from this, and they couldn't say goodbye, or they're not going to be able to have a funeral for them. This sounds crazy. Sounds unbelievable. But where is our faith? Like, this definitely, can challenge your faith. In some conversations that I've had with a few people, some people have accepted that not only will everything be different, but they may be suffering even after things are lifted. They may suffer. I don't know if I want to accept that for myself. I don't want to accept suffering. I don't want to accept struggle. I know for some people, having to be alone has been playing mind games with them. And that's something even for myself I can relate to. Now, what's really weird is I'm used to being at home. Welcome, Enriching Billmonger. I'm used to being home a lot. I'm used to being even alone a lot. And so I work from home. And I put I'm a homemaker first. And so my family comes first with me. And then I kind of work my life around that, work around that. But even for me, I started to feel kind of like stir crazy from not having that option. I had to realize what it was that was bothering me was not having the option to move freely versus choosing not to move. You know what I mean? Let me see. Keystone says he's clean from it. That's good. And Richard Billmonger says it's a natural stage of this level of chaos, unfortunately. Suffering, that is. Man, I know you're right. I know you're right. I know you're right. It just still seems so surreal to me. And also being a veteran, I think I'm going to do a different stream for the veterans, right? But isolation is something that comes natural to veterans because isolation for us for the most part, is a way of coping. Good evening, Dante. Good to see you. And our isolation also has an impact on relationships. I can't. Let me see. I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna try to explain this. Try to get others to see. Try to get others to kind of understand a little bit of a veteran's mindset, right? Especially if you served in war. One thing about veterans is because we are trained, especially for war, we are trained to put emotions aside. We're trained to keep quiet a lot about different things because we can't afford to have our emotions and things on our mind to affect how we respond and our attentiveness in war. It is very, very critical. So when we come home, we're so used to compartmentalizing our emotions. So we're so accustomed to compartmentalizing pretty much everything that, hi Mahogany, that other people that we feel may not be able to understand us or things that we're used to keeping to ourselves. And and it's just better. It just works better for us because we've just been so accustomed to it. It comes easier for us to pull ourselves away from others and isolate rather than talking about what we're thinking or what we're feeling or what's happening. Isolation just works better. It's just a way of coping. And when you work to not isolate, to move past that, and then something like this happens, it becomes a challenge. I guess I am going to go ahead and talk to my veterans and for my veterans tonight. It becomes an additional challenge to not revert back into old habits that ultimately don't serve you in the long run when it comes to relationships, when it comes to families and association. So if you know any veterans, this would be a really, really good time to reach out to the veterans that you know and ask them not only how they're doing, but to not isolate and help them to not isolate. That's right, Enrich and Bill, when you say because most people don't have the mental capacity to adequately empathize with the vet. Right, right. I'm definitely, I realized this about myself here recently. And I had a couple of things, to take in consideration for myself. I took in my sign. So by the way, I'm gonna do another stream where I address the different signs during zodiac signs during this time, and couples, singleness, and vets. So I have me being a Gemini, solid Gemini too, being a Gemini and being a veteran, causing a little challenge for me, right? Now, the part about being a Gemini is this. While Geminis can entertain themselves, and while Geminis Geminis are quite comfortable with themselves. Really, mahogany. Really? Wow. While we can be quite comfortable in our own skin, you know, being by ourselves, we can be quite entertaining for ourselves. We can create a party all by ourselves. We don't need anyone around for us to have fun, right? But on the flip, either we love you or we don't care for you at all. There's really no gray areas. Either we're your friend or we're your enemy. There's no gray lines, no gray areas. Either we're happy with you or we're just totally not happy with you. Period. Bottom line. Straight. Just like that. We can be very bright, very bubbly, right? Hey, Roger. We could be bright and bubbly, or we could be ready to tear things up, right? So I tell you this, even though I'm used, like I said, even though I'm used to being home a lot, and working from home, I'm used to that. I'm used to having the options too. I'm used to setting up a last minute lunch, dinner, or I'm used to just picking up things, going over to a family relative's house. Like I'm used to spontaneity, and I'm used to random socialization, and I love socialization. You know, actually, because I love relationships. So to not have these options and I started feeling like stuck, right? And I didn't like it. And my twin, see, we have the good twin and the evil twin, right? So the good twin, like we have the light twin and dark twin. And our dark twin needs to play. Please know this. Our dark twin needs to play. Needs to play. So with all of this, my dark twin started rearing up. Because even though the dark twin needs to play, the dark twin also needs management. Hear me. Hear me. The dark twin needs management. You know the angel? Like, have you seen those cartoons where like an angel on one side and the devil on the other? That is so Gemini. That is so Gemini. Seriously. So, my dark twin was like, it's too quiet. It's way too quiet. This what's happening right now. It's too much. It's getting boring. My dark twin was like, it's getting boring. Let's create some drama. Let's stir up something. There is nothing really wrong, y'all, with anything in my life right now. Like, seriously, I really don't have anything I can complain about. Like, seriously. So, for me not to really have anything to complain about, and Dark Twin being like, let's create some drama. Let's stir something up. It's totally BS. And I'm so glad. Shalom, Gab. Good to see you. I'm so glad that I caught myself before doing something or saying something to create or stir up some unnecessary chaos. So it's me being a Gemini, me being a veteran. This past week was not good for the two to mingle, for the two to intertwine. But I'm also grateful for the maturity also for me to recognize that, to speak on it, because I actually even told Roger, who's in the chat, I even told Roger about it. And I called one of my girlfriends. I called my girlfriend to talk to her, and she was like, yeah, girl, I understand. Who, by the way, is also a Gemini. And she was like, yeah, I've been feeling that too. Like, yeah, like, let me get out of my head before I start just, like, right. Right, Mahogany, right. So at that time, I realized too that it became more pertinent for me to grab that and for me to put that under faith. I got to take this, like, okay, I have to take this. I got to take this to God. Like, it's good for me to recognize and be able to talk about it, but this is something that I need to also take with God to help keep me in control, and to help guide me through this. The things that, the consoling and the strength that's needed. Because even though I really don't have anything to complain about myself, like, not really, I need the strength and I need the faith to be able to be there for somebody else. The people don't need, they don't need no extra drama, right? Nobody needs extra drama right now. They really don't. So the last thing they would have needed. Now I'm very honest about my own chaos though too, right? So I'm so grateful that I have the kind of relationships. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. I have the kind of relationships that, even though it can be cruel and it's not right, it doesn't make it right. But if I stir something up, I can come back and I can tell people like, hey, when I called you and I said such and such or blah, 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 yeah, you got all upset and this and that. I was really just kidding. Like, it wasn't real. I made it up. And because I just needed a little bit of drama, I just needed a little bit of chaos. Things got a little too boring, a little bit too quiet. Okay? Okay. Yeah, I know. Cuss me out. I know. I know. Go through whatever you need to go through. Like, I know. Yeah. And they'll be like, okay. Because they know me. Now, granted, I have a limit. The dark twin still, even the dark twin has a limit on what she will say or what she will do, right? But she will still stir up a little bit of, just even a little bit of crazy. So bringing that under, I'm needing and using my faith during this time to help bring that under submission. Bring that under submission to the spirit. So I can continue to be helpful. Because helpful to me is wonderful. And I must admit, I'm very grateful too. I am grateful for a handful of friends and a handful of relatives that can take my dark twin. Yes. Matter of fact, there are a couple that actually like the dark twin. They think the dark twin is fun. So, mahogany, since you are a Gemini, you may have been in that space as well a little bit, right? Especially given our season is coming up, right? Our time is coming up. And this happened right, before our time to celebrate. I just got a beautiful text message. That helps too. Has your dark twin popped up, mahogany? Tried to peek his little head? But this certainly is not a time though, like for false faith, right? This is not a time for false faith. For some of us, this may be your time to actually seek the Most High, like really seek the Most High. Maybe you've been getting a tug or a pull on your spirit, something heavy on your mind, like He's trying to get your attention. And because you're so busy going to work, going to school, taking care of kids, taking care of family, you're so busy just going to work, going to school, taking care of kids, taking care of family, just so busy taking care of you, just taking care, that you're ignoring the voice that's been trying to tell you to sit still. Or that's been trying to tell you, come and spend time alone with me. Or it's been trying to tell you where you are right now is not enough for your next level. Or it's been trying to tell you that there are some things for you to do and you know what they are because they've always been on your mind to do somewhere in the back of your mind. I'm going to one day do this. I'm going to want to do that. I'm going to want to do this. One day do that. And you never even started. And you have all the excuses in the world as to why you're not going to start it right now or why you should not. The time is not right, or, I work too much. I don't have enough time because of work, or the kids are always pulling on me. I just can't. I don't have enough money. I don't know where to start. When in reality, the fact that you even have the idea is just been sitting there and you keep saying to yourself or even to others, one day I'm going to do, one day I'm going to do, that everything that you already need for that time to get started is already there because inside of you. It's inside of you. And unless you just start doing something, even if you don't know what you're doing, unless you just start, take that one leap of faith, that one step of faith, none of your other resources or other information or anything else that you need, not even time, is going to become available until then. Man. And speaking of that, like, so I got to share this story. I'm going to share two stories right now, actually. Let me turn this music down. So about 2 weeks ago, I'm hardly on my Facebook anymore, right? I just don't do my Facebook as much. But about 2 weeks ago, I got on Facebook for the first time in a while. And the first thing that I saw was one of my friends had a tragedy. Her boyfriend, her live-in boyfriend, her partner, had passed away. A horrific death. He, I mean, it's the first thing that I see too, right? And I hardly ever click on like my home to see what everybody's talking about. I hardly ever do that because I have like almost 5,000 people in my Facebook friends. It's a lot. So, but I saw it and I called her up. We haven't spoken. She and I had not spoken, I know, on the phone. She and I had not spoken in at least 2 years. In at least 2 years. So, ironically though, several years ago, she and her boyfriend decided they were going to leave Houston on a whim's notice, like they were just going to leave. They were working together. So they worked a lot of hours. That was one of the reasons we had before she moved out of state, before they moved out of state, we really hadn't seen each other, had not spent time together, good quality time together in probably 2 years, right? Um, Man. So we started getting these calls, and I started making phone calls out of the blue, telling people that she was going to be leaving. You know, she and her boyfriend were going to pack up, save a little bit of money, and they were going to be leaving. Not a whole lot either, not even a whole lot of money, not even a real plan of direction or anything. They were just leaving Houston. And it didn't really make sense to any of us. But me being kind of how I am, I'm kind of, about, I like responsibility, and I know sometimes we make decisions and or we decide or we have this option to do something or something on our mind that it doesn't make sense and you can't make it make sense, right? They couldn't make it make sense because even with the little bit of money they were talking about saving, it didn't seem like enough to go and start a whole new life somewhere else. And to leave whole careers behind, just walk away from careers and just totally relocate, like, can't make it make sense. But they did it, and when they did it, they went traveling. They actually just would pick up from wherever they were and just go travel here and go hang out on the mountains here and go to some weird park over there. And they took beautiful, beautiful pictures that they shared. And then out of the blue, he dies. Had they not left Houston to go do that, They would have never taken those pictures. They wouldn't have gone to those mountains. They wouldn't have gone to those parks. I can honestly say, all the time that I've known her and the different relationships that she's been in, and the many tears, oh my God, the many tears that she has cried from having her heart broken and being disappointed and giving her all, and and giving chance and chance again to someone that she loves, really care about, to be dogged out, and to finally meet a man that gets all of her quirks and appreciates her for all of who she is. I have never seen her so happy. Let me add in a little more context. Um, Never seen her so happy since her divorce and being a widow. That is a lot of freedom. Yes, that's a lot of freedom. Man. And he helped this new guy, the one that passed away, this new guy, because he was genuine with her. I really saw, I really saw how his presence and his love brought out more, get this, brought out more girliness and more femininity in her. His presence brought out more of that softer side of her. Because she wasn't always having to fight. And go through obstacles and like the obstacle course. And he said that he'd never been so happy in all his life. This was before Houston was told, we can't move around as much. So he didn't pass away because of COVID. They were literally getting ready, they were literally preparing for some kind of other vacation, some other getaway. And they were doing virtual visitations. I don't know how you make that work, but there was like taking virtual vacations to plan other trips. That never would have happened had they not just followed their instincts when it didn't make sense and just leave. Faith. So this is tough, right? This is tough. Everyone in some way or another is being impacted, being affected by the social distancing and the quarantine life and COVID-19. All of us, life is just not going to be the same. But another story I'm going to share, another story I'm going to share about faith. I have a friend, bless his heart, because he gets on my nerves sometimes. He really, he really does work my nerves sometimes. I can't stand him sometimes, but he's a beautiful person. He is a beautiful person. Before all this popped off, he started a luxury fashion line, a luxury handbag and fashion line, right? A brother, young man. And literally his story is one from like rags to riches. Positive Queen on purpose, good to see you. Because his name is Isaac. And because Isaac literally used to sleep on park benches. Isaac literally was like totally homeless, like totally have nowhere to go. Sometimes sleeping from literally pillar to post. Sometimes, someone would take him in, let him sleep, let him take a shower. Sometimes he have enough money, gather enough money to get a hotel room for a day or so. But he spent a lot of time in parks, sleeping in cars, losing cars, sleeping in the park, on benches, under the bench, walking. But his grandmother had taught him how to sew when he was really young. His grandmother had taught him how to sew. So he started designing and practicing. He's going to have an amazing story. But anyway, along his path, or a lot of times, in different times when things don't make sense and didn't make sense, he just felt like he just had to sew something. He just had to sew something. So he'd sew a shirt, he'd gather some things and sew a shirt here and there, make a tie, and stuff would be fly, right? Then he started making handbags, like he really has an eye for handbags. And before COVID-19 really popped off, taking a leap of faith and doing what doesn't make sense. His brand now is getting celebrity recognition. He just recently had a presentation with 50 Cent. One of the real housewives has one of his bags. And he's still in that growing stage, so really, like still in the trying stage. But it's that leap of faith. And he does have, I gotta say, Isaac does have huge faith. Isaac had huge faith. You know what? Isaac had huge faith even when he was sleeping on park benches. Man, oh man, oh man. Does anybody, you know what? If anybody wants to come up and talk about what's going on with you and have any encouraging words or anything, I'm going to drop the link. Hey, Darren, good to see you. But y'all know I don't have all the answers. And I definitely don't have all the words. So even now, though, even now, if there's something like, if there's something pulling on you to do, if the Most High is beckoning you to something, whether it's spend time with Him, whether it's study the Word, whether it's meditate, whether it's spend time with your family, like whatever, whether it's start a project, whatever. Start an idea, put one of your ideas together and make something of it. Whatever it is, this may seem like the craziest time to do any of it, but it's probably the best time. Enrich and Build Market says, most homeless folks got crazy resolve, right? That is so true. I don't even know. I'll be honest, like, even for me to have been around him, okay, my team. Let me see if I can pull up. I don't know. Let me see if I can pull up his Instagram. I ain't hardly ever on my Instagram. Let me see if I can put up Instagram. Give me just a second, guys and ladies. He needs to update his website. Okay, I'm going to do a screen share. Ouch. Let me see. Close this. Close this. All right. It should be coming at any minute. So this is his line. And when I tell you that his designs, okay, can y'all see? His handbags are made with the finest of leather. The stitching and everything has so much detail. Can I enlarge it with this computer? Make it, will it allow me to make it bigger? I don't think so. Y'all check out this backpack. And there's Mr. Isaac. What if he had never started that? What if he let being homeless stop him? I'm glad he didn't. What is something, how are you guys keeping yourself busy? In Rich and Billmonger, how are you keeping yourself busy during this time? And I'm only gonna be, it's 11:30. I didn't even realize it was that late. I'm only gonna be on a few minutes longer, guys, and I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down. By the way, thank you, Roger, for coming through the Roger report. Thank you. And if you like the music that's been playing in the background, that is Epidemic Sounds, royalty-free music. Most of the time, reading or writing songs or trying not to research for fun too much. Also, job hunting. Goodness, that's good. So you write songs, do you? Okay. Do you have a producer? Are you also like, do you have it to beats? And what about Darren, I know Darren is probably working on his marketing family trait. Got it. I want to thank everyone for coming through, and I want to please encourage you again, man. I can't say enough that if this is testing or challenging your faith, let your faith rise to the occasion by you holding on to your faith. And if you don't have any faith, if you don't have any faith, man, if you just don't believe or just feel hopeless, I'm just going to say, man, please, please, please. You owe it to yourself and you owe it to your spirit to seek the Most High. You really do. It's good to have other people around us and to talk to other people. But at the end of the day, there's only so much that humans can do for us. Only so much. We need God and we need humans. Thank you, Enriching, for coming through. Thank you for your participation. Thank you, Darren. Thank you, Positive Queen on Purpose. Mahogany, sweetheart. Thank you, my fellow Gemini. We need to do a Gemini screen. Thank you, Gab. Thank you, Roger, again. And thank you, Keystone Tech. And Dante, thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and shut this down and go ahead and go to bed now. Everyone have a good night. Stay safe, stay protected, and may your mind and your spirit and your emotions all be strong. Peace and God bless. I like that. Peace and good fortune. Thank you, Enriching.